Hi, and thanks for joining me again. This month we're looking at joy. We're immersing ourselves in the juice of youthfulness, or if you like, the journey of you. All acronyms for JOY, your joy. How are you going with joy? It's possibly easier said than done for some people. And what I want to talk about today is how do we get in touch with our joy when we're struggling with it? Now, you can't really get into a state of joy if you're feeling fearful or stressed. So the first thing we need to do is to get ourselves out of that state. Now, for a lot of people I meet, a lot of my clients, I find that they are focusing on the first level of meeting their own needs. And so I'm going to take you through 3 levels of going from the perception of stressing about what you need and moving beyond there into what you want and what your desires are, and then moving into choosing. Because when you get to choosing, then you are in control of your life. Then you feel empowered. You've got agency about the path and direction that you're taking. And from there, it's much easier to find joy. So let me take you through these 3 steps. Very often in life, we get caught up in what we think we need. Now, the very word need indicates that there is something, maybe not awful, but something stressful or limiting or lack is occurring if you don't get what you need. Now, need covers our basic requirements, things like food, water, and shelter. And if we really think about it, most of the things we need, luckily at least here in the Western world, down here in Australia where I am, we are very affluent for most of us. And sometimes we take that for granted, but we have most of our needs met. We generally have food, water, and shelter. In fact, a lot of the time we have that to excess. We have beautiful homes, we have lots of food, and we have an abundance of water, except when it's in drought, but so far so good this year, we're doing pretty good. So food, water, and shelter. Now, you could say that we also need belonging, we need love, and again, they are a little bit higher up on the need level, depending on how you look at it. But for most of us, our basic needs are taken care of. So my first suggestion is have a look at your language and the words you're using in terms of what you think you need. Okay, so you might say, okay, I need to get the groceries. I need to get the dinner made. I need to go and pick up the kids. I need to do these things. And yes, those are things that need to be done. But I would recommend that you start listening to you saying the word need, because it has negative connotations and it will weaken your energy and it will unconsciously cause you stress. So you might say something like, okay, it's time to pick up the kids, and you go, okay, I'm ready to make the dinner, or on the way to pick up the kids, I'll go early and I'll pick up the shopping. Start being more conscious and more aware of the word that you're using and find something different to the word need. Okay, so again, most of our needs are taken care of. And when our needs are taken care of, we can now focus on what we want and what we desire. So now we're moving up the scale a little bit. Now we've got some choices. So it's better to think about what you want, okay, and what you desire. Now you've got a little bit of choice going on and you can choose what you're going to focus on. So you might say something like, oh, I'd love a holiday, or I want to get a new car. Now, these are all good things. We don't have to feel bad about it. I'm not for a minute suggesting we don't want to attract more positive and joyful things in your life, right? So when we start thinking about what we want and what we desire, now we're moving up this scale of it's getting a bit looser and a bit juicier. So be aware of what you want and what you desire. And then that takes you into the third level of choosing. So you might say something like, I want to get a new pair of shoes. So you'll probably start noticing shoes. You'd walk past a shoe shop some days and have a look at what kind of shoes do I want? Do I need boots? Do I need sandals? Do I need some loafers? What color do I want? What type of shoes do I want? So you're in the wanting, desiring kind of mode, and hopefully you're enjoying that, right? And then you move up into the choosing. So now it might be a couple of days or weeks later, you've been cruising around, you've been deciding what you want, and now you're going to choose it. So you walk into the shop, you've had your eye on a lovely pair of court shoes or a lovely pair of boots, you go in and you try some on, and you still wanting, desiring, mulling around over that, and now it's time to choose. Now you're taking action. Right? So now you feel much more empowered. You're actually taking action and doing something. Now you're in control. Okay? So can you see how as you move up, your choice gives you more empowerment, more sense of fulfillment. You're getting out of the apathy and overwhelm and stress and moving up into having some choice and having control in your life. From there, it is so much easier to feel a sense of joy. Now you're on your path. Now you're doing your journey. So I'm making it sound very simple, but I want you to step back and start to prioritize what you want to choose in your life. Choosing will give you that sense of power. And prioritize so that your mind's not distracted on so many things, but you're able to focus. What am I choosing to achieve today? Keep it simple. Try not to overwhelm yourself and just go, what is the one or two things that I want to get done today? And always take your power back. What do I want? What do I desire? I'm always talking about that internal orientation. So the more you can take internal control, decide what you want, what you desire, knowing that most of your needs are met. And if your needs, your basic needs are not met, you need to feel safe. Is number one. That's very base chakra, this bottom line here. If I just tilt it over. So that basic red area, this is the foundation of life. You must be safe. So that's our basic requirement. That's where food, water, and shelter comes from. But we need to feel safe in our relationships. And those are things that you need to look at. And if you can't feel safe, then you need to get help and support and assistance, or you need to make some changes in your life. You need to do things to make yourself feel safe. Take some things out of your life if your work's overwhelming. If your relationships are overwhelming, try to come back and pause, get grounded, decide what choices you can make in your life. Get your needs met, feel safe, have gratitude for the simple things in life, your food, water, shelter, and your relationships. Know that you feel loved and connected into the earth, and the simple things like the trees and the flowers and the sun, all those little things will help to bring in a better sense of control, and therefore it's much easier to get into joy. Okay. Good luck with that. Let me know if that's been helpful. And we'll look one more video on joy. And I want to have a look at some of the things that, other things that you can do to help you get into joy and some of the blocks. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know what your challenges are. And let's see if we can sort them out. Okay. Till next time, take care. God bless. Bye-bye.